Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. We got another review of a phone, a little bit different this time. We are reviewing
the LeTV.
Yeah.
It's called the LeEco LE2. So LE2. It's right now it's a $90 phone. Obviously Chinese, but $90, and it's a 2016, I guess, competitor model.
We gotta shift our expectations here.
Yeah.
We're talking about a little bit older phone at a really good price, $90. I mean, who can't afford that?
There's something about this company that not that many people are aware of yet. We've been researching, and I've heard different people say the same thing. LeEco is actually going ahead and developing smart televisions for LG. They're about to get big, and everybody's expecting them to be like the next Huawei or the next Xiaomi.
They have a cool name. I like it.
Yeah.
It sounds French.
Expectations, this phone is supposed to be a 2016 phone. We're already in 2019, so it has 64 gigabytes of storage, 3 gigabytes of RAM, and it comes with Android 6 Marshmellow.
I would say that's not bad for a $90 phone, a 16 megapixel camera. Even the Poco phone, their main camera, it's a 12.2.
This phone is supposed to be, or was supposed to have been, a competitor to the Galaxy S6 when it first came out. Back in the day, it was 190 euros, which I would say is about 230 US dollars here in the States. It would have been a pretty competitive price. As far as the specifications for the phone, it comes with an octa-core. It comes with a 652 Snapdragon 652.
Okay. I mean, that's not that. That's
two generations old, but it's not bad.
That's not bad. That's a good processor. It has
dual SIM.
Dual SIM. It has a 3000 milliamp battery with quick charge.
Yep.
And a fingerprint sensor.
Yep.
Okay. Pretty standard. Pretty straightforward.
Specifications don't look bad. Remember, this is a $90 phone right now. So if you get it, from 2016, if you get it, I would say it would make for a good side phone, like a travel phone or something like that.
Like a pleasure phone?
Maybe. Let's see what's inside.
Ooh. Has some Chinese?
I can't read it, but you know, it's a very nice presentation.
If anybody in the comments can read that.
Maybe it says welcome. No.
Or LeTV, maybe.
Or I can't believe you bought this.
All
right, so it's a very nice presentation.
The first thing I noticed out of the box? It looks like a face.
It's like, it seems like a skin for like an iPhone without the actual button down here in the center home button.
Yeah, it has the fingerprint detector in the back.
Okay, but so far this is the presentation looks nice. Here pretty much has like a little open slab, and under it has the USB cable and the charger. The phone, I guess we can go over it, but yeah, look, it's pretty nice. Oh, it comes with a case. It has the case on. That's
okay, nice.
Oh, okay. So rear camera, the flashlight. And this is probably microphone.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has no dual camera, so it won't do active focusing.
The Pixel 3 only has one camera in the back, so
that's true. Now, when we open up the flap here on the side, it has the USB cable, which this is a phone from 2016, but back in 2016, most phones were charging with mini USB.
Okay,
this has a USB-C. So this is charging with USB-C.
I mean, even if it were a newer phone, at that price range, the fact that it has USB-C, that's a plus.
Yeah.
So that's
USB-C cable.
Yeah.
Has the adapter for a headphone jack, because it does not have a headphone jack.
Okay.
Speakers at the bottom here, nothing at the top, noise cancellation.
Okay.
But
I mean,
it does have the adapter.
I know.
I mean, if you get a Pixel phone, you're on the same boat.
You're on the same boat, so look. Well.
All right, you got your standard charger. It's pretty big.
Well, that's a beefy.
You bend over and you go.
Okay, so
all right, power brick.
Maybe it's really good at charging. Maybe it charges really fast. I don't know, but
we're definitely gonna test it out.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, and it has the USA connector.
Yeah.
Great. So we
don't need an adapter.
We don't have to mess around with any freaking adapters, which I hate. All right, let's see what else is in the box.
This is probably just the manual. The manual. El manual and the the SIM card pin.
Which
remover.
you're gonna be putting your SIM card in that.
Yeah, I am.
So this is a dual SIM tray, but it's
does not have
the hybrid.
Yeah,
so it doesn't do like
micro SD.
one SIM and then one micro SD card. It doesn't do that.
Right.
So no expandable storage on this guy. I don't think, right? Right. So you wanna.
It looks like by the quick manual, it looks like this bottom half here is sort of like what you see on the Galaxy series.
Touch?
Yes, it's pretty much for the back button and the home button.
Oh, that's cool. At least you know
it's
it gives you more screen real estate when the buttons are not in there.
Yeah. So
I don't think there's anything else there, dude.
Ugh.
That's it, dude.
Oh, it was glued. No wonder.
That's the unboxing experience. Let's unwrap the phone.
Unwrap my phone. So let's see if it's charged.
It's
probably been in storage forever.
Just unwrap it first, man.
All right. Let's see. Hear that?
ASMR, dude. Okay. You're like a weirdo doing that.
Yes. Yeah, it does have the case on. That's pretty nice.
Okay.
Pretty considerate of them. All right, so we're trying to turn it on. Oh, it turned on. Okay. All right.
Alright, so
LeEco, share the eco world. I'm not just a phone, but an integrated internet ecosystem. Oh, I did see that online. So that's like their slogan.
Oh, okay.
Breaking boundaries for freedom. Oh, those bubbles broke.
UI.
Ewy!
So I'm guessing their flavor Android is gonna be the EUI.
Yeah.
Dude, don't put India.
I'm not trying.
Letongay! Maybe you spend $90 and you got like a really good charging brick.
It's true. It should work with other phones.
Man, that's a pretty big phone for only a 3000 milliamp battery, right?
It feels really light too.
You would think if since the battery is small that it would be a small phone, but.
All right, so this is starting off like stock, no other apps installed, just the Google account. It's pretty snappy and responsive. You can tell down here.
What version of Android? I like the fact that it has the they light up. That's cool.
Yeah, just the fact that this is separate from your screen. You have all your
gives you a little extra
screen space for yourself.
Yeah.
I do see a border around the screen. You see it?
Oh yeah, it has.
It doesn't have. It's not the full screen that you're getting.
It's not frameless. It does have a frame.
Oh yeah, it does.
Which is kind of lame.
Yeah, even browsing to different sites and stuff, I don't see a difference from like modern phones, even though this is running on a super old Android version.
See the difference.
So again, this is running on Android 6 Marshmellow, but the XDA Developers has Android 9 running on this flawlessly. So it has the Pixel Experience.
So we should definitely do that mod. The Wi-Fi seems a little bit slow.
33.5 down. Maybe it's part of the band's problem, like this thing. We're gonna go over the wireless connectivity stuff later.
All right, so now we're gonna put in his SIM card and test the calling capabilities. Let's see. I mean, you have AT&T, so
yeah,
I'm hoping that that's gonna work. So it's looking for signal.
It's trying.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
think it got
grabbed something. Let's see if we can take off the Wi-Fi.
Take off the waifu and.
Oh, HD.
HD calling. Oh shit.
Hey.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither. So let's we tested on the Wi-Fi. It gets full speed like it's supposed to. Now we're doing 4G. Oh, LTE. Okay. So with AT&T. So app-wise, I'm just installing stuff left and right, and it seems like to be responding well. It's not. I don't see it lagging.
Dude, smile.
Bobby,
what's happening? Is this rape?
Bobby, you're not decent. Come on, Bobby. I thought you were ready.
Are you doing another review?
Yes. So, no, I would say that it's acceptable. Again, this is a $90 phone right now. So what can we really complain about? This thing is super seamless. Like I'm just switching between things and it's just responding to everything I do.
I mean, it has a 16 megapixel camera, which is pretty decent. Oh, so it does have an AR blaster.
Yeah, it has an app that is just for IR blaster use. It's called Remote Control. And yeah, the interface just looks like a regular TV remote.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, look, Le TV. Connect Le TV.
Oh, they make TVs, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's why they have like the contract with LG, so maybe that'll be useful.
You can control your Le TV with your Le TV.
Especially if you're one of those people that has like maybe older televisions or something like that, and you don't have a universal remote. I mean, just this pretty much serves the purpose of it. I know newer phones don't have the IR blaster anymore.
Yeah.
Most phones don't have that.
Not a lot of manufacturers still doing that.
Yeah, they're not taking that into account.
It's it's
whatever.
Extra features are always welcome.
Right. It's by the manufacturer itself. I think it just came with Marshmellow.
You get what you get, and that's it.
Yeah. But online, as I said, I have seen that the XDA community has Android 9 running on this flawlessly.
Yeah, so it looks like there's no OEM updates.
Nope. We're gonna configure the fingerprint reader now to test it out really quick.
Go to that's the things. Security. Fingerprint. Set up your fingerprint. Set up fingerprint. Set up your fingerprint, bro.
Oh, so interesting. I just tried to sign in with my Google account to the LeEco Services cloud, and it's giving me an error. I don't know if maybe this thing is even online anymore. Lock. Unlock.
Ooh, it's a bit slow.
Unlock. Yeah. So, ending thoughts. $90, 2016 model phone, 2016 model of CPU, GPU combo. It has more RAM than the standard phones back in the day.
Like 3 years ago, this would have been an amazing phone.
And for it was like $210 US, it wouldn't have been bad. Nowadays, obviously, it's not gonna stand up to the test very well, but it's not horrible. One thing that we'll mention is when we started this video, it was about 11% when we first turned it on of battery. Now it's at about 4%. So it lost. So it lost that much in 45 minutes. I would consider that heavy use.
So build quality, it's good, not bad. Obviously the screen is probably not great, the colors are not great, and it does have a frame. Again, $90. Sound, it's kind of muffle, but for a $90 phone, what can you say? What I would say is the camera seems fairly good for a $90 phone. It's a 16 megapixel camera, and it can even do 4K.
Yeah, for that day, I don't think nothing would have competed.
Yeah,
I mean, not nothing, but not many things.
Think about it. I'm not saying that it's better. That's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Megapixel is not the only thing, but this is a 16 megapixel camera, and the Pixel 3 is a 12.2, I think, megapixel camera. So the camera could be a really good positive here.
After the software upgrade, we'll see like how good it gets. After we get the Pixel camera in there and all that stuff.
I think if we do the upgrade here and with Pi and it works well, that might be a game changer.
Yeah, that'll boost it up to like at least
Because I say battery life doesn't seem to be great. It does have a small battery to begin with, it's a 3,000 milliamp battery, so.
I wouldn't imagine this lasting like a full day like other phones do.
Yeah, especially with Marshmellow, it's probably not very
super
optimized.
unoptimized.
Yeah.
Charger. It's standard. You don't need an adapter. It just comes standard US. It's USB-C. It has 2 modes of charging. It has the one that runs at 12 volts and 2 amps, which I'm guessing is the fast charge, the initial fast charge. And then the 3.6 to 8 volts at 3 amps, which I'm guessing is the stuff that comes after 50% or so.
We'll give a definite, whether it's a thumbs down or thumbs up, whether you should consider it or not, later on in our second full review after
it's upgraded to Android 9.
Yeah, and you giving it like a good week of daily use.
Jesus.
Oh man, I do not.
I mean, you know what? I have a Pixel 2.
This is not far from a Pixel 2.
It's not that far. We'll see how it goes after it has the latest updates, after it's optimized as much as it can be at this day and age. and we'll see you guys next time. If you like this video, thank you. Like and subscribe. Let us know in the comments below what you think, if things like this interest you. If you want to see more weird tech.
Phones in this price range.
Yeah, that price range in general, like something cheap, something that, like, you know, gets you through the day. We definitely can recommend on that. This so far seems like a good alternative to that. It's very cheap, it's usable, and it has a lot of options available for it, basically for that price range. So that's it, guys. Bye.
Set up your fingerprint, bro.